Yo, check. What's going on? This is Gant, ELGANT. Checking out Breaking Records Radio. Let's go.
Hey yo, it's your boy Monster Man Rocco.
It's your boy Swagger Rock.
This is Snack the Ripper.
Hey, you rap for those who don't know.
This is Master Ace. You are now rocking with the best. Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records, man.
Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records.
Breaking Records.
Breaking Records Radio. Let's go.
Breaking Records Radio.
Press 5-9, you check Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records, man. Radio is like the place to be. I don't fuck strange music, dude.
Well, and actually, the fact that you mentioned that too, I got to ask because my favorite producer of all time, you probably already know where this is going, but DJ Premier, you know what I mean?
I might.
And I've seen that you and Premier have a pretty close relationship. And when I interviewed Razkaz, he actually said that Premier was kind of like the glue that brought you guys all together for JMO Gang. So I'm kind of curious, and I've seen that Premier's had you on the road with him and stuff. Like, you guys have a pretty close relationship. So I'm just kind of curious, like, how did that all come to fruition?
It's crazy, man. 'Cause when I tell you that he's one of my closest friends in the world, like, he is, like, I talk to him more than I talk to any friend of mine. I talk to him more than I talk to my family.
Wow.
And, I think that we bonded because I didn't just make it about the music with him. And he, as you probably already know, not only is he very intelligent, but he's very down to earth, and he's very wise, and he's very intuitive, and he's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life too. But he likes authenticity, and I just didn't try to do anything. I remember when I first met him, I was actually with Raz. Raz was on his show doing press for, oh man, it was an album. It was an album he did on Mellow Music, Semi Hendrix.
Oh, okay.
And at the time, Premier, I went up there with Raz and like our old manager, and Premier thought I was the producer. So he was like, "Yo, man, you could sit at this chair at the microphone," and I've never been at a loss for words. I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right, yeah, cool, man." So then somebody whispered to him that, you're like, "Yo, that's not him. That's El Gant." So in the middle of the show, he's like, I just realized who you were. He goes, "Oh, I play one of your joints. You got a record with Torre." He goes, "It's a dope record." And I just look at him, and I didn't even know what to say. I just go, "Thank you." And he goes, he's like, "What are you thanking me for? I didn't even say anything." Like, so he just starts fucking with me a little bit, and he plays, like, at the end of the show, he plays my joint, and so the show gets over. We all take pictures together, and everyone's like, "Yo, what are you guys getting ready to do?" And everyone's trying to impress him. They're like, "Yo, we're gonna go to this hotel rooftop, MC, like, bougie hands as DJ, whatever they were trying to tell him."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yo, man, I'm going. I date this girl, and I'm gonna go have some brisket, downtown, man. It's like, just a couple beers." And he just looks at me. He's like, "What do you know about brisket?" And then he just asked, he asked if he can roll. And so I literally hung out that entire night. We had the best time of our life. Like, we weren't even talking about hip hop. And in fact, we were talking about the band Rush for about 3 hours. He's a big, like, Neil Peart fan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. His music knowledge is just,
it's just through the roof.
Expensive.
Yeah.
So long story short, like, we just became friends, and then, like, spoke every day since. And he's been a crazy inspiration to me. It's crazy, like, seeing my name, like, getting thanked on the new Gangstar album, and I was there for a lot of the making of that album. I knew about a lot of the stuff before it happened. Like, I've traveled with him to Europe two or three times, and across the U.S. Like, it's just and a lot of times it's not even about the music. Like, do we have some joints together? Absolutely, we do. But it's more about, like, the connection that we have. Like, he's just an incredible person, and he's been nothing but amazing to me as a friend. And I've learned a lot from that guy, man. It's wild.